It's early. Oh, I'm recording. Hi everyone, welcome back to Just Jake Reviews. I review albums, movies, and sports games. And today, we're doing a music video. Now, it's not a review. It is a top 10 list, actually. I want to get more into these on the channel. Make a top 10 list for anything I want, honestly. You're going to see some random ones, and you're going to see some videos like this where they're more serious. So, obviously, I love music. I've said it before. I love music. It might be my favorite thing ever. I listen to music a lot every single day, whether it be albums, whether it be playlists, whether it be just songs in general. I do it way more than watching movies. Watching sports, though, that's like a 50-50. I don't know. It's close. I have to calculate it, but I think music's a little more. But today I figured I would do a list of 3. This is the first list I'm doing. Another video, I might do my top 10 rappers of all time, or favorite rappers of all time. Now, who I think is the best, my favorite, and top 10 bands, although that could be top 15, because bands are special. But today we're doing top 10 favorite singers. Now, what singers means is no rappers and no bands. So any solo performer who doesn't rap, pretty much. It could be a rock solo artist, because I think there's like one on this list. But yeah, basically, who do I think, whose voice do I like, whose music do I like the most? These are the top 10 favorite singers, female or male. There's some female on here. So yeah, let's just get right into it. All right, so first up, we're gonna start off with 2 honorable mentions. I didn't want to do honorable mentions, but I figured these are both female artists. I have 2, and they're both female. These 2 female artists I couldn't leave off the list, and I wanted to include them, so they're gonna be in the HM, the honorable mentions, not the top 10. So yeah, here is the first honorable mention.
I'm so fucking spend more time with my friends.
I mean, what a queen. What a queen, honestly. Her music is special. It really is. I'm not saying all of it's good, but I love Ariana Grande. I think her music is very good. In terms of her discography, I like her first 3 albums more than her last 3 albums. I think the 3 albums that have the black and white cover are really, really good. And the 3 albums that have the pink cover, there's a few good songs, but not really for me. And her new album's pretty good too. Eternal Sunshine is a pretty solid album. But yeah, I love her music a lot. I love her voice. A lot of nostalgic songs for me growing up. Her best album, in my opinion, is My Everything, her second album. Very, very good. All the bangers on that. Might be like an 8 out of 10. Very, very good album. Some of my favorite songs by her, of course, you got Thank You Next, iconic. You have Love Me Harder, the song with The Weeknd. Very, very good. You got Bang Bang, which is a banger with Jessie J and Nicki Minaj. Dangerous Woman. I like Bye off her new album. Very, very solid song. And I also think that she used to be gorgeous. I used to think that she was very attractive. Not anymore, unfortunately. But she used to be hot. I also grew up watching her on Victorious and Sam and Cat, so that also helps as well. All right, next honorable mention.
Incredible if you don't have to go.
Might be the most female badass in all of music. I think, now, it's funny because I think, in my opinion, Rihanna is my favorite female artist of all time. But she's not on the list. She didn't make the top 10 list, which is kind of odd. So I might have to rearrange my list. There are 2 other female artists on the top 10 list. Rihanna did not make it. I love Rihanna, I do. I can't say I've heard, her entire catalog, her entire discography. I definitely haven't. I've definitely heard I want to say 2 albums, maybe even just the 1. But listen, it's just like a thing where when you're growing up listening to pop music, you hear her songs on the radio and you jam to them, you groove to them. They're awesome. They're awesome. Bitch better have my money. That song's very good. Only Girl in the World. Not gonna lie, huge Eminem fan. Spoiler for another video, but not a fan of Love the Way You Lie. I'm not. Or The Monster. I kind of hate both those songs, so it could be a hot take. I'm sorry. I like Disturbia. Don't Stop the Music is one of the biggest bangers ever. I will actually dance to that song, and I never dance. But yeah, very, very good artist. I love Diamonds. I love, a lot of songs by her, and I think she has a very, very good voice. I will say her consistency does take it down a little bit. She does not really drop a lot. She hasn't dropped in a while, actually. I think it's been like 2016 or something like that. So it's been a long time, but hopefully we get to see more music from her in the future. All right, the top 10 list. Those are 2 honorable mentions I get out of the way. The actual top 10 list. My top 10 favorite singers of all time. Who do I love music-wise, voice-wise? This is all opinion. This is favorites, not who I think are the best. Favorites. Because I'm not going to lie, if this was the best, Rihanna might have been on the list. But yeah, kicking off with number 10. That's funny. Number 10. Speaking of artists who have not dropped in like 15 years.
If the sky is pink and white, if the ground is black.
Frank Ocean's great. I love Frank Ocean. Like, what can you say? Like, who doesn't love Frank Ocean? You don't love Frank Ocean? Well, Frank Ocean isn't like you. I mean, yes, once again, not a lot of music. He only has 2 actual albums on Spotify. I know he has more than 2, but he only has 2 on Spotify. Very, very solid artist. Love his voice. Love his R&B pop style. I love his upbeat stuff like Lost. I love his slow songs like Self-Control and Solo. I love Blonde and Channel Orange, his 2 albums that are very, very good. Hopefully he doesn't forget about us and at least drop like something, man. Like, we need something from you, Frank Ocean. Like, 2016 was a while ago. Like, we need something. My favorite song about him is Pyramids. Pyramids is the best song that he's ever made. It is like a 9 or 8 minute song. Very, very good. And it's like 2 songs in one. It's like perfect. I love that first beat drop though. Very, very solid song. I love the features on Channel Orange. I love the beautiful singing on Blonde. I think Frank Ocean, it just puts you in a place, whether it be a sad place or a happy place. Frank Ocean just puts you in a mood. All right, another female, number 9. Very young. She is very, very young. The other artist that's a female is also young on this list. Very, very young, and she's pretty new. And for how new she is, she's blown up crazy. She has like some of the most streamed songs on Spotify ever. Billie Eilish. Very, very talented. Some might say that her voice is not the best. I think her voice is very, very good when she can move it from when she does the high-pitched songs like Ocean Eyes, when she does the low-pitched songs like My Strange Addiction. 2 of my favorite songs by her. Although her discography doesn't really do a whole lot for me, I do like her new album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, and I like her first ever mixtape, Don't Smile at Me. Very, very good. But like the 2 albums in the middle, like one of them just put me in a really, really bad spot, and the other one just bored the hell out of me. But Billie Eilish is very, very talented. I love her voice. I love to see what she's gonna do next. She seems like she has a very, very like great attitude towards life when she does like her interviews. Like, she seems like she doesn't care. She gives off that teenage vibe in every interview, even though, I mean, I don't know how old she is, but she's pretty young. Her best song, in my opinion, is Lovely with Khaled. Very, very amazing song. Okay, number 8. This one's kind of an oddball answer because people don't really know who this guy is, but I will explain. Number 8.
Ever be the girl.
Father John Misty, also known as Joshua Tillman. So, Joshua Tillman, he was part of a band called Fleet Foxes, who I don't really listen to. I think I know one song by them, but I don't really know much about them. And he also did solo music under his real name, Josh Tillman. But then he was like, I don't know what the story was, but then he was like, you know what? I'm going to go by Father John Misty, who is a beautiful singer. His discography is very, very good. It's definitely a lot heavy on the lyrical side, so if you want to listen to his music, you have to pay attention to the lyrics. I think his discography is very, very good except for one album. My least favorite album by him is, unironically, his most commercially sold, which is Pure Comedy. That album is fine. His new album is very, very good. Mahash Mashana, I think that's how you pronounce it. Amazing album. It was my favorite album of the last year. Fantastic. That's like a 9.5. Amazing album. My favorite song by Father John Misty is Pure Comedy, the song, which is a top 10 favorite song of all time for me, which I might make that list eventually. I don't know. But yeah, comment down below if you want to see that. But yeah, that's number 8. Number 7, I reviewed this guy's album, and I'm also seeing this guy live in May.
Tell me who to be. I be walking on the moon, off the shrooms and the lean. Got a grip.
I'm not sure if I want to go too in depth with this guy because I've already reviewed his album and I've talked about him a little bit in that video. Ian Dior. Great. Some might say he's an emo rapper, which I could totally see why someone says he's an emo rapper. I could see him as sort of a pop artist. He doesn't really make rap. It's sort of like pop rap in a way, but I'm going to include him on this list. Once again, short discography, very young guy. I pretty much like everything that he puts out. It gives you that emo rap vibe really, really well. So that's all I gotta say for Ian Dior. Number 6, we're going back old school. Some people have this guy way higher. He's number 6 for me. I mean, listen, if you like music, you probably like Michael Jackson. Like, right? It's just, that's kind of like the rules of life. Michael Jackson's great. He's awesome. I love his discography. Even some songs that he made as a little kid I like. Like, for example, the song Ben, the song Got to Be There, the song Rockin' Robin are bangers. I like his off-the-wall disco stuff, like Rock With Me is very, very good. Man in the Mirror, Dangerous, Will You Be There, Thriller, Billie Jean, PYT, Smooth Criminal. Like, all the bangers everyone loves by him. Leave Me Alone, Dirty Diana. Oh my God, I just keep going on, bro. The guy has hits for days. And you're telling me if you put on a Michael Jackson song, you're not going to sing along or dance to it? I think that's false. His best song, in my opinion, is some of an early song. It's a song called She's Out of My Life. Oh my God, beautiful song. Okay, we're in the top 5. Number 5, the last female on the list.
Who likes me and who hates you, and I'm so tired that I might quit my job.
I love everything about Olivia Rodrigo. Very young, very attractive, very beautiful voice. It's amazing. Only 2 albums, but we're gonna get more from her in the future. I mean, Sour and Guts are both immaculate albums. I mean, like, every single interview she also does, she gives off that, like, vibe of, like, I just love life, I love being here, which I love, and I think she is an incredible person. So, while she is the highest rated female on my list, I do think Rihanna is a better artist. I don't know how that makes sense, but it just does. Number 4, if you asked me 3 years ago, this could be number 1, actually, or 2. Number 4. Some might say Post Malone's a rapper. Some might say Post Malone's a pop artist. Some might say Post Malone is a country artist. You know, I said all 3 of those people? Yes, he's all 3. The fact that this guy conquered 3 genres is fantastic. Okay, people want to talk about MGK, which is good. I congratulate on him. I also like his music. But Post Malone did it great. Okay, he started off with rap. Loved his rap music, especially in junior high. Loved his pop music. Not as much, but I did. And this guy recently dropped a country album last year, and the country album was phenomenal. And I don't even like new country. I'm very picky when it comes to country music, but I love his country album. Just him making songs with the biggest country artist right now is fantastic, and it works so well with artists like Morgan Wallen and Jelly Roll and Luke Combs, 2 of those artists I don't even like. But once again, if you asked me 3 years ago, he'd be number 2, because Post Malone is just, he's fantastic, and I love his music. And stop the hating. Number 3, going back somewhat old school as well, but he is the king. Number 3. Mr. Vienna himself, Billy Joel. Oh my God. I was kind of late to the Billy Joel game. Like, obviously I knew his hits, and I think everyone does. Like, all the classics, like We Didn't Start the Fire, Moving Out, all those great, great songs, Piano Man, of course. But I was late to hearing his other music. I think it's been a year and a half or so since I heard his entire discography, and let me just say, it is fantastic, okay? The Stranger is a top 10 favorite album of all time for me. That album is phenomenal. So many classic songs on that album. You have Vienna, She's Always a Woman, my favorite song by him. And once again, piano, the guy plays instruments. And even when he did rock in the 80s, I was like, I love this as well. Like songs like All for Lena, A Matter of Trust, I love it. Number 2, I feel like this guy's on everyone's list. I mean, it's The Weeknd. I don't gotta say anything else, right? I talked about his album on this channel already, Hurry Up Tomorrow. Starboy, Kissland, Beauty Behind the Madness, After Hours, Dawn FM. I can keep going on and on and on about this guy. This guy's phenomenal. He's probably the biggest artist of all time right now. The guy makes a song and it blows up, which is fair. It's The Weeknd. The Weeknd's great. And number 1, my favorite artist or singer of all time. This opinion has not changed ever since I was like 10 years old. This guy has always had a soft spot in my heart since I was 10 years old. It's the mother effing Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars has been my favorite pop artist ever since I was a little kid. He might have been the first artist to get me into music. He might have been the first artist to make me appreciate how good his voice, like how good singers actually are. He was music for me when I was 10 or 11 years old. Just, I would only listen to him. Like every single song this guy makes is like number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, number 1 on the Billboard charts. Like, the guy doesn't miss. And he has 2 albums, in my opinion, that are both 10s. He has Silk Sonic, which is like a 9. 24K Magic's also good, too. I just wish the man dropped more. Like, yes, he made Die for a Smile, which was a fantastic song. The song with Sexy Red is not good, and then the song with Rosé is okay, but the radio overplayed the hell out of that song. Bruno Mars, You Are the King. Anyways, that's gonna be all for my favorite singers of all time, top 10 plus 2 honorable mentions. So once again, sorry for kind of the lack of uploads recently. I'm trying to keep it to 2 a week because I have other stuff going on. But yeah, comment down below. I have a list of top 10 rappers and top 15 bands. So if you guys want to see that, like the video or comment down below. Once again, I'll reply to every comment. I appreciate every like on the video. And make sure to go sub, please. I want to get to 50 subscribers. That'd mean a lot to me. So anyway, that's going to be all for the video, and see you next time. Peace.